as you are aware, Russia is at war. Is at war with Ukraine. I think you might be aware of this little fact. And there's been a very interesting sort of event. I personally like going to Ukraine and interviewing people about various topics regarding the war, various organizations. I have a few of those interviews that I'd like to translate and show to all of you. But there are people that go to Russia and interview the people about the war. And the results of those interviews are often very interesting and reveal very interesting attitudes about the war and who the real culprits of the war are. You know? There are some that would claim that NATO expansion is responsible for the war. There are those who would claim that a CIA coup was responsible at the end of the day for the war. But all of these answers are incorrect. The real culprit behind the war is, of course, Polish hate. Polish hate is the real culprit behind the war. As we are about to learn from these few fragments of interviews, it's all about those damn Polish people at the end of the day, as always. We're responsible for it all. Let's watch. Let's watch. I'm gonna translate it because it has Polish subtitles. The US has started the war. They attacked us. Oh yeah, and also the US has started the war. I don't know why. The US has invaded us. I don't know why. That's the opening statement of the person that is being interviewed. We Russians are so good and so loving. Karelia is one of the poorest regions in Russia. I've prepared a little bit. Karelia is this, just, you know, so we know what we're even talking about. It's here on the map. The Republic of Karelia is a republic of Russia situated in the northwest of the country. The republic is a part of the Northwestern Federal District and covers an area of, this is here. The modern Karelian Republic was founded as an autonomous republic within the Russian SFSR by the resolution of the Presidium of All Russian Central Executive Committee. Here it is. That's right. That is it. Let's continue. We know what region we're talking about now. So this is what the locals are saying about the war. The locals from one of the poorest regions in Russia. This is what the locals there say about the war. Everything's just not good. Everything's wrong. People are dying. Young people are dying. It's the US. It just stuck to us with their weapons. They just have something against us with their weapons.
Привязалась к нам с этим с оружием. Если бы, конечно,
If we only thought against Ukraine, we would have won a long time ago. So it's not even the attitude. Basically, is not even the war is wrong. We should not be fighting this war, or young people are dying, and there shouldn't be a war. No, it's the U.S. is screwing us with their weapons, and if it was just Ukraine, we would have won a long time ago. That's basically the attitude.
только мы воевали с Украиной, мы давно уже победили.
Ukraine is very hard on Russian. Ukraine is very hard on Russia and on Russians. I wonder why. I wonder why Ukraine would be very hard on Russia and Russians. Oh, okay. Now we're getting to the topic at hand. Ukraine is very hard on Russia and Russians. And that is heavily influenced by the Poles, by the Polish people. Polish people are a great influence that make Ukrainians hate Russia. Occupants? What occupants? Occupation? What occupation? I'm gonna be honest, it is very unpleasant. This is very unpleasant. We have introduced armies, but we do not intend on fighting anyone. Yeah, so we entered with our armies, but our intent is not to fight. Everybody forgot history. Who gave independence to Poland? The Russian Empire, which I have no clue where this guy is taking that from. I have no clue which Russian Empire gave independence to Poland. It is definitely not a Russian Empire that I know. They have hated us for all this time. Polish people, the Finns. I don't know why. We have not done anything to them. Why do the Poles hate us? We haven't done anything to them. So there you go. This is our little opening segment. Our little opening politics segment that gives us a glimpse into one of the poorest regions in Russia and what the sentiments on the war are. Very interesting. Very interesting. There are a few takeaways from this. One, the US invaded Russia with its weapons. And if it were not for those weapons, then Ukraine would have fallen a long time ago, because it should have fallen a long time ago, because otherwise a lot of young men are dying in Russia. And for some reason, Ukraine hates and is hard on Russia and Russians. But we know the culprit. The culprit is Polish hate. Polish people just hate Russia for no reason, because the Russian Empire has given Poland its independence, and Polish people are just ingrates that have forgotten history. And Polish people have hated Russia for all this time with no reason whatsoever. And Polish people have turned Ukrainians on Russia. There you go. That is the big takeaway from those interviews. No, the person could not have said that, because the person said everybody's forgetting history. Who gave independence to Poland? The Russian Empire. The Russian Empire was invoked, not even the USSR, the Russian Empire. Wasn't the Russian Empire responsible for literally erasing Poland? Well, the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, but, you know. But yes, the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth was in fact partitioned by Russia, Prussia, and Austria. Yes, that happened. The international Polish conspiracy. I mean, Poland is just the culprit and behind everything. The next time you're asked what is the underlying reason, what led to the war in Ukraine, you can now confidently say Polish hate. It's all about the Polish hate. You know? If anybody tells you that the CIA could Ukraine in 2014, now you have the tools to debate them. Now you have the tools to say, no, there was no coup. There is, however, Polish hate. See? I have given you the ultimate tools to explain away the complex geopolitical situation that has led to the current conflict. You're welcome. It's all Polish hate. Poland is obviously the most powerful country in the world. It doesn't need to be the most powerful country in the world. It can just settle on being the most hateful. And that's enough. You don't need to be the most powerful country. You can just be the most hateful. It's not about power, it's about hate. So the Poles hated the Russians, so they convinced the Ukrainians to fight when the Russians were only sending their soldiers to help not to fight. That's right. And then convinced the US to arm Ukraine. Because the US has some weird problem with Russia and, poor Russia. Jesus. They cannot catch a break, can they? Ugh. Hated, persecuted. Russia's the mother of the world. Who knew? Who knew that Russia would be forced to suffer through so much hardship? Nobody could have predicted. It's okay. It's alright.